All right, we're not going to beat around the bush for too long here, especially because it's weirdly silent. So we're just going to jump into it and get started. Here we go. So, I am a crossword lover, and we're going to play at least today's crossword. Wednesday in the New York Times is generally in the not too hard range, but we'll see how it goes. So let's jump in. I like to start by doing all of the horizontals and verticals when I can, but sometimes I'll mix it around as I'm feeling about it. But let's jump in. Let's see what we got. Young grasshopper. I feel like I actually know this, but the specific word isn't coming to my brain. So I'm going to actually go against what I just said and see if the verticals will help me figure out this one, because I'm certain I know that word. Gender neutral pronoun. That's like they, them. Or our, maybe? What else have we got here? Org associated with a museum in Cooperstown, New York. That I don't know either. Practice as a trade is probably ply. Ah, it's nymph. Okay, we can go back and put nymph in here, because that's definitely what that word is. I knew I'd get there, I just needed a letter. What do we have here? Dibs. That could be claim. Organization that offers one L of a ride. Wednesday. Exactly, Guruku, you get it. I don't know what that's going for, so we'll come back to this. It might be like whatever the specific driving school organization is, the driver's license organization is, but I don't know exactly what that is, and I'm thinking that's a little bit more UK themed. This is probably pollo a la brasa. Peruvian chicken dish. Games to play when the spirit moves you. That sounds like Ouija. If I could spell, this game would be a lot easier. Minnesota's state bird, I have no idea. Restaurant chain named after a Rolling Stones song. I don't know. Policy on viewer interaction for the crosswords is basically go for it. I might not always take your words, but I don't have a hard stance against contributions on the crosswords. Or any of these word games, really. I'm kind of open. The only thing I would ask is that if people know the answers to puzzles that we haven't done yet, not to spoil them, but I have nothing against people making contributions or guessing in other context. Big name in cosmetics. The cosmetics ones are hard. I often do these with my wife, and she's really good at some of the categories I'm not good at, like movie stuff and people's names. And she knows the cosmetic brand ones pretty well memorized, and I can never remember them. Hey, Allie. Make like a hot dog. Make like a hot dog? That's an interesting one, too. Let's go back here. There's a bunch of weird clues. This is probably NPR. I think it's New Public Radio? I can't remember what the N stands for. Gender neutral pronoun is you. Organization associated with a museum in Cooperstown, New York is probably MLB. Meal cooked in a simmering broth is probably a hot pot. Either brother who wrote 1996's Fargo. I'm not sure what that is. What Dante's second circle of hell represents is lust. Humanitarian support is aid. Pulitzer-winning fat ham playwright. That one I'm not sure. Like many ruins in Belize is probably Mayan. We got lots of stuff going on here. This is Ruby Tuesday. Okay, we're getting some progress all of a sudden. Make like a hot dog is P blank blank T? I have no idea what that is. Coen Brothers? Maybe it's Cohen. I think it might be punt, but I don't know why. Country known for luxury tourism in brief. That's the UAE. Pant? Make like a hot dog. Make like a hot dog. I combined the letters for no reason. It's pant. The dog is hot. It pants. All right. X-Men villain who can manipulate metals. That's Magneto. If I could spell, this game would be much easier. Summer camp craft is probably a canoe. Without malice. Kind heart, nice. I don't know what that one is. We'll come back to it. That's a carrot. Numbers on botellas de vino. That's probably the años? The years on the wine bottle. Asked oneself, what if? Dream? I don't know. I'm going to try and get more of these horizontals down because we've barely gotten into the puzzle. Silk Road locale largely is probably Asia. Missed as a chance. Could be like blue. I don't know. We'll come back to that one. Music genre that partly grew out of indie rock. Oops. I think that's one thing that I need to get a little better at is the controls on the desktop version. Student's email address enters edu, so I have a feeling this is emo. Often when you have a word that you think fits, but you're not certain, it's nice to just check if any of the intersecting letters make sense. What a great idea. That one I don't know about. Page for learning more in short is probably an FAQ. You might take a spin in this. Especially ending in U, I don't know what that is. The Kentucky Derby? The Kentucky something. Annual horse race since 1875. I'm not sure. We'll come back to some of these. Some of these get easier when you get more letters. Oddity. I'm not sure on its own either. Investment option informally. It could be like a bond or a... Informally, though, makes me think it's an abbreviation of some kind. Microwaved is probably nuked. Having a perfect record has an asterisk on it, so it's almost certainly tied into a other set of clues. Exhibits model behavior. The question mark means it's probably a joke of some kind, but I don't know what that's looking for yet. It covers a fair amount of ground without moving. The lawn. Let's keep going. Musical instrument. The Guinness logo is a harp. Classic wood for boat building. I actually don't know what that would be. Similac or Enfamil? Those are both medication or like supplements of some kind. Supplement fit? I don't think it's plural because it's not Similac and Enfamil. So let's go back. I don't know exactly what those things are for, so we'll keep looking. Pine on the tree, maybe? Maybe. We'll keep that in mind. West Coast NFL team. I'm so bad at the sports clues. Save on wedding invitations in a way. Could just be email? I'm not confident about that. Is there a good button to trigger this? I'm not sure. We'll put that in our maybe font because I don't super trust it. Similac is baby formula. Oh, really? Baby formula could potentially fit. Let's hold on to that thought and keep going. Got in a row. Got in a row could be like argue, but it's got, so it's almost certainly past tense. So, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there yet. And it's also a question mark one, which might be like sailed. Doesn't fit, obviously, but there's something probably going on there. Publishing gatekeepers in brief. Extend as a membership. And you got it, or a possible cry for hearing the calls hidden in the answers to the starred clues. Okay, so there's obviously some gimmicks going on here. Let's go back to the top and see what we can get out of this. Pulitzer-winning Fat Ham playwright? I have no idea. Casting groups. Mages. Fishers. I'm not sure. Play a bit of horn, say. Could be Tootle? I really hope it's Tootle. Similac is a shortening of simulated lactose. Oh, fascinating. That's a new thing I didn't know today. Bugs could be like a noise. Yeah, West Coast football could... Rams? All right, good to know. We'll keep that in mind when we get down there. Indulgently lazy. That looks like a fun answer. It's a less long one. Indolent doesn't quite fit. We'll keep going. I want to have that as definitely gimme. A bag, Robert's bag full of cash. Puccini's O mio babino caro is certainly an aria. They can't abide messes is a neat freak plural. Takes one's leave. Sounds like go away. It might just be go away. What is this? This is genuinely? No, there's not enough word. Genially, maybe? Might be genially. Holiday's a little too long, Ellie. Human beings, for one reason or another, may hide their feelings, but a blank does not. A cat does not. Renaissance fair tipple is probably an ale. Discoverer of the principle behind force equals mass times acceleration is Newton. Certain chip flavoring informally is BBQ. Westernmost African capital. Ooh. That I don't know. This is probably VATS, so it might be like Samoa? I don't know. We'll come back on that one. I'm not certain about that one. A something degree could be like a law degree. This looks like that's bewildering. But I don't know why. I'm going to put this in the dubious, uncertain font because I don't know why that's the answer, but that's sure what it looks like to me, because this looks to me like it's law degree. But that, I don't like this. So it might not be. Let's see what else we got going on here. Bogus? No, that sounds like fake. Okay, let's take these out, because I don't think that's actually right. Which is good, because I didn't like it. Okay, luau instruments informally. I actually don't know what instruments are associated with a luau. We'll come back to that. It may be taken at the start of a trip. Deux and deux is quatre. Email sorting option. Liberia's or Sierra Leone's capitals, maybe? Could be. This could be like a query? It can't really be a query. It's not a question. It's an oddity. Q at the interesting at the start there. Email sorting option is probably newest, oldest. Finally a clue you could have been good at. Sorry, Kuruku. I'm thinking oldest might be the right one here, but this might be an N. Like an unbeaten. Unread. Let's try unread in this. Let's call this unbeaten. Skyscraper's skeleton often. I was gonna say like eyebars or something, but that's not quite long enough. Lavishly entertain. That one I'm not sure about either. Sure thing is like no prob. I don't like that it's an abbreviation because there's not an abbreviation in the clue, but I'm feeling no prob here. Modern ending with you. I don't know what that's going for. In favor of is pro. Fanfare. Not sure. 3 or 4 say. A few, probably? Let's take email out and try a few. That's a bon voyage. Month after Avril is, if I can remember to spell it, I think it's May? Hark is like a greeting, but it's not a fanfare. A fanfare is like, could it be horn maybe? But it's like hark is just a greeting. Item in a museum of antiquities, like a relic. That's the kicker. Not sure. And a kerfuffle could be an ado. This is a formula. So it is in fact baby formula. Good call on that one. That's the kicker. I'm not sure. All right, back to the start. This is probably the Parent-Teacher Association? Or something else? I don't know what's going on with this still. Minnesota's state bird. Still don't know. Big name in cosmetics. Yeah, I was thinking hymn too, but I was actually thinking hymn at the start, but hymn's not really a fanfare. It's more like a religious song. A fanfare, I think, is more brassy. Maybe hype? We'll come back and do the horizontals and see if we get any more letters. Without malice, I think is still like maybe benignly. Take one's leave could be bow out. And that could mean this is benignly. Ask oneself what if is like muses. That's be that'd. That'd be wonderful. This is really messing with me. I don't know what this letter is, but I think that'd be wonderful is probably our best bet. We'll come back to that. You might take a spin, and this is definitely tutu. Still don't know what the Kentucky race is. I still don't know what an oddity in this context is. Investment option informally. I'm not seeing that one either. Exhibits model behavior is probably posed. Covers a fair amount of ground without moving. An area rug. Classic wood for boat building is teak. The West Coast NFL team does seem like it's the Rams. Good call on the Rams. Eisen nailed it. Save on wedding invitations. Not sure. Got in a row. This doesn't feel right. Got in a row. Could still be a fighting thing. Still could be a row. It's ored. It's ored. Okay, it is correct. Publishing gatekeepers in brief, I think, are editors. Extend as a membership is probably renew. You got it is bingo. Oh. Okay, I get it. Ruby Tuesday has B2 in it. Benignly has B9 in it. Be Wonderful has B1 in it. Unbeaten has B10 in it. And Baby Formula has B4 in it. Which means it's bingo because you've got 5 in the B column. This has to be I-beams. We saw it earlier. This is YouTuber. Very silly. Lavishly entertain. That's probably regale. If I could spell, it'd be a lot easier. This does look like hype because that's elope. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Casting groups. I'm still not sure what that is. Indulgently lazy. That's an interesting word, but I don't know what it is yet. This is still looking like Qatar. Or Dakar? Dakar, is that how you spell it? It's a quirk. It's Dakar. Okay. Quirk makes sense. That'd be wonderful. Dakar. Nth degree. A Roth. Okay, that makes sense too. This is probably a uke, but this would be an S, not a D, so it's ukes. The informal ukulele. It may be taken at the start of a trip. Oh, it's LSD. The Kentucky something. I still don't know what this is. Maybe Oaks? Let's put a question mark on Oaks, because that I'm still not sure about. But it does fit in the context of this word, and looks right for OUS here. Unfortunately, we're down to just a corner of the puzzle, so we're running out of additional places we can get information. Big name in cosmetics, I don't know. Languorously. This is languorously. Because that means to relax. I was looking about muses too, because languorous is one of the only things that has that kind of spelling. But I'm pretty sure that works. I'm assuming the Minnesota state bird must be the loon then. And What is this? Casting groups. What are any of these? We're down to so few words. Oregon offers one L of a ride. Avon. Yeah, Avon's a good call. Casting groups are covens. It's a group of witches. Of course. Okay, 20 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad. We are going to mix it up here for a little bit and do a couple of other similar kinds of games, but that's pretty acceptable if I say so myself. We're going to jump over to connections now. Connections is fun. You're looking to make a set of groups here to use all of these squares once. What kind of sets have we got going on here? We've got... It's often interesting to see if there's things that don't go well together, because we've got like reverb and delay and wah that are all like music effects, whammy. These could all be things that are pedals or bars on guitar. But what else have we got? Is there anything else that looks like it was going to go better? We've got... Reality is a weird one. I think these are probably it, because I don't see anything else that's going to want wah. Let's try it. Often when you do these puzzles, there's a set that's meant to be obvious, but is a trap. But we didn't get that here. This is a guitar effects pedal. What else have we got? We've got... blank check, reality check, coat check, and spell check. No! One of these is wrong. It's rain check instead of one of these ones. But I don't know which one is wrong. I went a little too fast there. We missed the fact that rain fits in there. Okay, so wince, curse, yell, and hop are reactions to stubbing your toe. Yeah, coat check. Like where you leave your coat if you're at a fancy party. Or like a concert or something, I don't know, where they have to take your coat and they give you a number. What do we have here? If it's not spell check, reality check, coat check, and blank check, then we have a patch, a stretch, a period, and a spell. So it's these four. They are indeed checks. You think it was the odd one out? Oh, no. Coat check stayed in. Spell, patch, stretch, and period make up interval. So yeah, I like these puzzles. They're not that hard, but they're fun to try and get them perfect. We didn't get them perfect today, but it's fun to try and get them perfect. It's fun to try and get the purple ones early, because the purple ones are quite hard. So being able to get them at the start of the puzzle is usually quite satisfying. We're going to keep cruising, though. This next one is probably going to take us a little bit longer. I am all about getting some help if you see fun words in here. Spelling bee. These is about making words that all use the center letter, and they all have to be at least 4 letters long. So let's jump into it here. Oh, it's not quite centered in the... Actually, it's fine there. It'll do. So, what do we have here? We have train. We have, obviously, rain. What uses the J? That's an interesting letter to be here. We have torn. We have... There's non. There's Ian. Trojan. Troy doesn't work, obviously. Can't have a Trojan horse, and it's just a modifier of the word horse. We have rant. What else have we got? Oh yeah, Ali just said rant. Good call. We have irritation. That's a fun one. Yeah, no, they don't have to be connected. They just have to be used. We also have irritant. We don't have Titan because it doesn't have an R in it. Tyrant needs a Y. Torrent needs an E. What else have we got here? Interior needs an E. Taurin? I don't think that's gonna work. No, I don't know what you're trying to spell there. Oh, janitor! Allie got the big one. Good stuff. That's the pangram. Pangram uses all the letters, and it doesn't have to be uniquely, but it often is. Good call on janitor. Trio's a good one. Yep. Yep. Atria? Atria works. Oh, taurine. I think that's what you're saying? Yeah, I think it has an E in it. And I think it's actually Taurine. I'm not sure exactly if that's how you spell it, but I think it is. All right, we have rotation. That's a fun one. We have rotator. We have joint. Hey, good call. No R in joint though. Okay, we have. There's going to be a lot of TIONs, I think, in here. Can we do attrition? Yeah. Can we do? We can't do nutrition. We can do notation. Doesn't have an R in it. We can do intro. We can do a trit. I don't think it is. The game doesn't agree, Allie. What else have we got here? We've got... we do anything with T-O? We have trait. That's a good one. Jita, but it's supposed to be a proper noun. I don't think it'll accept that. It doesn't have an R in it, as you can see. What else can we try with? Trite is good, but it has an E in it. We don't have an E. So there's probably tartar. I want to make Rattata, but they don't accept Pokemon. We have rain, which I think we did earlier. We have rattan. That's a good one. What else have we got here? We have... we have Toronto. That's not going to be accepted, obviously, but it's still in there. We have tune as an ending, but I don't know if that's going to be something we can use. We have narration. That's a good one. And narrator. What else can we do with this? We have intonation, but that's not going to work. Intonation is such a long word, though. It's sad that it doesn't have an R in it. Triton? That's not going to go. It did go! I'm stunned! Okay. I take it back, Ellie. You were right. It accepted Triton. I really didn't expect it would. Tritone would be something that I would expect it to have, but not Triton. There are a lot of weird words in here, like Nana is one that it likes, and I don't know what that means, but it always feels like it's not really a word. It feels like an abbreviation of grandmother to me. But it's in there. There's no C, so we can't do Rococo. We have iron. Iron's fun. We have tartan. Tartan's a good one. A jar. Ooh, good J-U, Skaruku. What else do we have here? We have... Can do anything with starting with A other than a jar. We already have atria and attrition. We can't do attention because there's no E and doesn't have an R in it. We can do aorta. That's a fun one. We don't have a Y, so there's nothing like array. Okay, let's, because there's also like air, AIR, but I don't see anything else that goes with that immediately, obviously. Let's hop over to O. What can we do with O? There's orator, if I haven't done that already. And oration. We can't do oratory. We can't do... we can't do orange. Missing 2 of the letters on that one. The J is really throwing things off here. Didn't we do rotator already? Yeah, we did. It's already in our words list. What about J? Can we do anything with J? There's jar, but that's obviously too short. Oh, torch is a good one. Airn is a word. I don't think it'll accept airn. Cairn it would accept. C-A-I-R-N, but not just airn on its own. If it wasn't for the fact that we needed an R, we'd have the gin and ginny for viable J's, but it doesn't look like it's going to work here. There's no E, which would make it a lot easier to add the R on the end of things. Tantra? Yeah, it accepted that one. Bendy in the Ink Factory is a tartoon. We're getting there, but we're still pretty far off. One of the things we can check is how many points we need to get to genius rank, and we still need 79. There's so many left. So let's see what else we can do with this. Initiator, that might work. Short is a type of jeans. It's not going to accept jean shorts abbreviated to jorts. But I like your spirit. I like your spirit. I have a feeling there's a bunch more OR endings. IONs and ORs, and that's why we're missing so many points when it feels like we're running out of words, because there's longer words that are less immediately obvious. Tarot is a great call though, Allie. Love that one. Okay, what else have we got here? We have... I already did attrition? Yeah. We have nitro. Minimum word length is 4, Parallax. 4 letters. Antro? I don't think so. If it was anthro with an H, it might go, but I don't think antro on its own is going to work. What else can we do with N? Can we do Narnia? Doesn't like it, unfortunately. Tart? Did we not do tart? Oh, wow, we didn't do tart. Okay, maybe I'm overthinking this. There's tarot also. We don't want to miss those easy free points on the 4-letter words. Oh, did I not do initiation? I didn't. Good call. This is one of the things... Oh, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't have an R in it. That's why initiator is there, but initiation isn't. Because only the one with the R actually counts. It needs to use the central letter. Easy trick, though. It gets me often trying to solve these puzzles. There's like an aeration, but it's an E normally for aeration. Anterior needs an E. We haven't actually looked at R words. We haven't got very many of those, which is usually a good place to start. So what can we do starting with I? We did rattan already. We did rain, rant. Ontario, yeah, that's not gonna work, but I love the energy of it. Just like Toronto didn't work. They don't like proper nouns very much. Raja, they'll accept Raja. We have ratio. Oops, if I could spell again. It's funny how often being able to spell helps word games. Ratio? I guess that's not it. Rotor. And root. Good one. Rotator, I think we did already, but I missed rotor. Yes. Ration. Hey, there's a good one. That one will be accepted. We got there in the end, eh, Fusha? What else have we got here? Can we start with an R? I think we did rant already. We're getting there. How close are we? We must be getting like probably 30 points still to go. 40 points still to go. It's a little. Oh, now that is a word, Garuku. Tarnation? Yes. That's a fun one. What in tarnation? Okay, what else have we got we can do here? I still want to see more words with R's in them. It's often starting with the central letter really gives you a lot of stuff. What can else we do with this? We have roar. I don't think I've done roar yet. We have rota. Rota? I guess it doesn't like that one. Tarn. Tarn's not going to go. Tannin. Yeah. Doesn't have an R in it, but good word. Exactly, Ali, same problem. You see those words that stick in your brain, you're like, yeah, that's gotta be it. And then you try it and you're like, oh no, it doesn't work. And then you can't stop thinking about it. It sticks in there. Yeah, I just tried Rhoda, Ali, it doesn't like it. Okay. I put 2 A's only because it didn't accept it when spelled normally. Roti might actually be accepted. Yeah, roti is accepted. Can't stop thinking about jorts. Yeah, that's the good stuff. There's no trout because there's no U. We did trait? We didn't do trader, though, did I? No, trader does count, though. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't think rotier is going to work. But I tried it, just in case. You never know. One of the words that I can't stop saying is interior. My brain really wants me to spell interior, but you can't. There's no E. Anterior, interior, all of those terriers that don't work. Sometimes you really have to fight your brain to stop saying the same things that are wrong. We're getting pretty close now. Still only 22 points to go. There's a additional reward for finding every letter. It gives you a little queen bee rating for finding every word, but I don't care too much about that. I usually like just trying to get to the genius category, finding most of them. Is irritator one? No. It appears not. We already have a jar. I already did narration and narrator. Plurals are accepted, but we don't have an S, so makes it hard. Actually, I don't even remember if plurals are accepted. I can't think when the last time I had an S and did plurals is. Antra? No, it doesn't like Antra. I don't know what that is, but it does not get accepted. Trot? Did we do trot yet? We did not do trot yet. 21 points to go. What else are we working with here? I'm really hoping there's nothing that uses non. Like if it's non-rotator or whatever, non-initiator. That's going to be very annoying. But I don't normally do that. There are other things that are spelled noir. Oh, they might have noir. Yeah. Yeah, they accept noir. Good call. The other word that my brain keeps seeing that I can't do is narrow. It wants to do narrow so bad. Okay. Is it like a nitra? Nitrant? Intra? Maybe it'll accept intra. No. Tory gates are fun. I might accept them. It does! I'm kind of surprised. This dictionary doesn't like Japanese words very much. So there's a lot of like more specific words for things. Yeah, Parallax. I was definitely thinking Deep Rock Galactic when I put Nitra in there. I was like, that's a thing. It's the red stuff you get for more ammo. What else have we got here? Ronin. Yeah, so like Ronin, it doesn't like. There's a bunch of Japanese words that it just doesn't really accept. So I'm kind of surprised that it accepted Tori. We already did tartan and tartar. Uncle Hero, yeah. It's right there. Well, one thing that can be helpful sometimes is you can rearrange the letters. Does that give us anything new? Open up any fun new words? We already got oration and orator. Those popped out to me again. We already did tart. We're getting a little tricky here. It's always a little hard near the end. Now, one thing we can do, if we want to get some additional help, is take a look at the hints. I often, if I'm getting stuck like this, I'll go for the hints. There's the nice thing about them is they give you the ability to see what the distribution of lengths is and what the could call it tiara and what the starting letters are. So you know if you've like used up all the AJs, for example. But I'll see if we can avoid using that for now. See if we can finish it because we're pretty close now. We're probably like 12 points away. Yeah, 10 points. We're getting there. Did we not do aria? Oh. That one is usually one that comes to mind right away for these letters, but no, we didn't get that one yet. Good call. What else can we do with these? Orator, I'm pretty sure we've got that one already. Yeah, we do. Good call though, Ulcer. It's a totally valid word. We've just got it in the list already. Let's see. It's tricky because if you get to... Oh, is it off screen? Oh, it is! Okay, that's my bad. I didn't realize it didn't quite fit all of the dictionary in. Oops. That should help, though, if we can actually fit them all on the board. So... let's look at some letter combos we haven't used yet. Is there an AN? There's an anion. There's an Anjou pairs, but that's not spelled this way. Maybe not. Yeah, I was trying to think if there's an animator, but there's not. There's anterior, which I keep trying to spell, but there's no E. Maybe no N. We've got some ATs, some ARs. I don't think there's an AI. Because there's air, but I don't know if we can do much else with this. Taintor? I don't think that's a word, Karuku. Nice try, though. We got some INs and IRs already. We have our janitor. Joint doesn't have the R. It's one of the early words we called, but because it doesn't have an R in it, you can't use it. I bet you there's some more NOs. NO is a pretty good start, and we've barely used it. Is there anything else we see here with NO? Maybe not. Not notary? No notar bene? Notator? If I could spell again, be a lot easier. Yeah, okay, notator, it likes. Unfortunately, you can't do notation because it doesn't have an R in it. Notary is what I keep wanting to do, but there's no I, there's no Y to make a notary. Yeah, that's how it goes. Jarty you're seeing now constantly. Listen, that's how this game goes. You start working on letters, then your brain is like, "Oh, I get it. It's definitely Jorn." And you're like, "No, that's not that's not true." Okay. Well, a notator would be someone who's taking notes, right? They're doing the notation. Norovirus is the thing that I keep seeing, but that's not a word. Oratorio? Isn't that an anime? Ah, oratorio. It accepts oratorio. We're good. Annotator. That would have been a good one, Van. I agree. Let's pop it in there just for the cred. Excellent find. Noita. No, wait. Noita. No, wait. Noita. I don't even remember what oratorio is from. I'm just... The only place I think I've ever seen it is in the name of an anime. So, hey, listen. Sometimes that's how you get there. It's a type of opera, like an aria. Okay. Makes sense. Rajai? I don't think so. Raja was, but I've never heard of Rajai. No. All right, so we could keep going. You can keep going until you get all of the words. But that can be really, really hard. So I usually only do it on ones that don't have so many words. You can see in the stats, that's queen bees. I have 601 geniuses and only 24 queen bees. And as you can also see, I don't get the genius on all of them. Sometimes I give up because they're really hard. But pretty good success rate, I'd say. All right, we're going to jump over to our next game from the New York Times list. This will probably be a pretty short one, but maybe not. Sometimes I get stuck on these for a long time. We're going to do the Wordle. If you haven't done any of these games and you want to do them yourself, I give you permission to chill out and not watch this bit. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm a big fan of the random starting word for Wordle. So I would usually do whatever comes into my mind. Nationalization alley is a word that I did like at the very beginning. It was like maybe in the second puzzle I did ever, and I have never found a longer word than it. But I think I'm going to go for novel today. Ooh, okay, we have an L. Let's do... you already used the E. Let's start with an L. Let's do... Laugh doesn't use good consonants to try and eliminate the most things. I want to try and use at least 2 vowels and move our L. We could do like plaid. I don't love those letters, but sure, let's see what it gives us. Okay, P, L, and A are in there, and there's no I either. That's given us quite a lot of information now. What else can we do with this? We could do... apple? No, there's no E. It almost never uses S's at the end of the word, Allie. There's a couple of patterns that are usually the case. It doesn't like past tenses often, and it doesn't like plurals at the end. So what this is telling us is the yellows are in the word, but they're not in that position if you haven't done this before. So like there could be an L and an A here, but we need the P to get in here as well. It could be lapel, but there's no E. Could be an A here. Could be apply. Normally I don't like doing double letters early in the puzzle, but I kind of like apply. Let's see what it says. Gives us a lot of information. Oh. Oh, I should have stuck with my gut and not done a double letter. We might have been able to get it in the first try. It's probably amply. Is there anything else it could be? I don't know. I think it's amply. Just doing my double checking since I already made a mistake here. Well, mistake. Shouldn't have done double P. Let's try amply. Yeah. Yeah, we got there. I almost had it in 3, though, and getting it in 3 is very satisfying, but I'll take getting it in 4. Gotta love the Wordle, though. It's always interesting to see how quickly you can get it, and I am a big fan of the Wordle bot analysis, so let's go take a look at that, too. This basically tells you if the word choices you did were optimal. Someone got in 1, what a cheater. Listen, Fuchsia, I pick a random word every day. Sometimes, apparently once in 1,000 times, I got it right. I don't remember what the one-shot guess was. It was ages ago. So it never rates your first word. Like, it tells you what the score is, but because it always uses the same first words. Well, not always the same first words. It uses a first word based on the words that are left that it hasn't used before. So it adjusts them over time. Apparently it likes clasp the most now. Weird. Plaid, it thought was pretty good. There were only 7 words left, though. That's pretty fun. If we show the details, it'll show us what other people did, which I think is also pretty neat. Apply, it would have said aptly, which I might have done too. I don't know if I would have done amply as my guess, even if I was spelling it differently. But that's pretty good. And then because there was only 1 word left, because we got it, that means that we were also 99 skill. Not bad. I'm always curious just to see how it looks, and one of the funny things for me is because I like picking weird first words, I often wind up in a scenario where no one else has done the same thing. Like, 8 people out of all of the people who've played Wordle said novel and then also said plaid. So it is always funny to see exactly how it goes. But anyway, I just like looking at that data because we've got it and we might as well check it out. Garuku, you made a worst Wordle finder? Calculates all legal Wordle games where no correct letter is guessed? Whew. Well, let's go to our next game before we loop back around to another crossword. We have another Strands here. Strands is basically a word search, except all the letters have to be directly connected, and the letters can't cross over each other. So like this, or rather this, would never be accepted, but this could be. There's also always going to be one that goes all the way across vertically or horizontally. So what is this looking at? It follows. Often, this is pretty easy once you find your first word, but until you do, you're just looking at a mess of letters. So starting in the corners can be particularly helpful. Like, this looks like reverse. No. Really? Okay, this could be reserve. No, could be preserve. Really? It goes all the way down the side. I thought that was going to fit for sure. Style, good call. Style is in it. I'm mad that preserve, reserve, reverse, none of those are in there. Okay, so we have style. What else have we got in here? Reverser? If it's reverser, I will just be mad. I refuse to accept that. Revere. I'll try it. Reverser? No, thank goodness. We have food here. One thing you have to keep interesting with the corners is that if you do something like this, it's impossible because something has to be able to get into the corner and the lines can't cross. Could be blood. It does like blood. What else have we got here? Something has to be able to go all the way across or all the way across. So we're closing in the horizontal possibility. We've got like a coach here. I'm still not really sure what's going on. I think life is maybe part of our spangram. Like, we're talking like an eternal life or a feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think life might be part of another word. Loses? There's also less. So there could be something less. What else have we got going on? This is an interesting one because usually I find once you get a word, these go pretty fast, but I'm not immediately seeing what we're supposed to be doing here. Oh, research is an interesting one. But I don't know if I can actually get to those letters. Like, I don't see how you could make those connections. The R is on the wrong side of research. And you'd leave the V and the E stuck. This K is also interesting, because the only way I can really see getting into here is from the R. Or the C. So, like, hack? It was hack. Okay. It still wants me to, I still want to do reverse. Like, it's leaving all the reverse letters. Is it sever? Is it server? What's happening in this corner? What is happening in this corner? Is it This is life. Is it? No, because lesson is here. I thought it might be life lesson, but that doesn't work. That spelling. Afterlife. Is it afterlife? Okay. We've got. Oh, lifestyle, life coach, life lesson, lifeblood, life hack, life. What else have we got going on here? Okay, life cycle. Life preserver. I was so close to getting that earlier, and I missed the P. Okay, we got there. It's fine. It's fine. We're not mad. We're not mad, but we got there in the end. All right. We take those. I'm going to jump back and do another crossword, I think. This is a Thursday. So I tried preserve. I did. It's true. I just didn't try preserver. Ridiculous. We are going to do another crossword, though. This is a Thursday. Thursdays are a little harder than Wednesdays, and also they often have a gimmick in them. So we'll see if this one has a gimmick. They don't always, but they often do. So we'll dive in here and see how hard it is. All right. Let's get the mouse out of the way. Actually, I'll just hold it up here so I can just click if I want to turn this on. Is there like a keys? Hold on. Just tell me the keys. No. Just tell me the keys. No. I just want to know how to toggle that thing. Let's make that do that. That'll be fine for now. Is this the crossword that made us flip all the table last week because of the blank space? Yeah! I love crosswords, man. They do silly stuff like that all the time. I love it. All right, let's figure this out. So, game point could be anything. It has a question mark, so it's probably a joke. Settings for Nurse Jackie and the Pit, in brief, is probably ERs. Mideast's Gulf of... don't know. The only thing I can think of is the Hormuz one that has all the Strait of Hormuz, but that's not a gulf. Das Lied von der Erde, composer. Not sure. Camper's Fold Out. Fold Out Bed, maybe? I'm not confident about that one, but let's give it a try. Natural Hairstyle. That could be anything. Let's just cruise through the clues. This is often more valuable on the long ones. The nice thing about doing this is seeing all the clues gets you thinking about them in the background. So when you come back, it's sometimes a little easier. The Celebrity Super Couple of 2000s. I don't know. Incredibly Committed. Could be like Bought In. What do we hear? Slowly in Scores. Adagio? No, what else could that be? I don't know. We'll come back to that one. I think I know that word. I'll just need 2 more letters. Second most populous city in the U.S. I have no idea. I don't know the size of cities in the U.S. We'll come back to that one. I'm sure we'll get that once we actually get some more letters. Cot could be a good alternative for fold out. It's true. 100 nanojoules? I don't know. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Citrus portmanteau. I don't know. Portmanteau means it's 2 words basically overlapping, but I don't know what that's supposed to be. OJ something for orange juice, maybe? Sticks around for a demo. Question mark, so it's probably a joke. Dorophobe's Fear? Oh man, we got weird ones. Bookings for a DJ sounds like gigs. Okay, let's back up a little bit and try some different strategy. We're not getting anything here, so let's see what's here. This is probably echo. So let's, whoops. Ooh. What did that, what? 0 on the number pad activates the rebus key. I didn't know that. So this is almost certainly caught, words, man, because this is echo, which means comedic takedown is a roast. Mad Scientist in a 1964 Kubrick title. I don't actually know. I'm assuming this is maybe the Clockwork Orange guy, but I don't remember his name. I don't know if it actually is him, because I don't think I've watched this one yet. Yeah, Jay Collins. I actually have been recording all of these locally, so I am planning on getting my stuff together and starting to put them back on the YouTube archive. I actually don't have to worry about them being deleted from Twitch, though, because I have them saved on my external hard drive. So we are good on that front. I just have to, like, take the couple of hours it'll take to turn them all into YouTube viable files. But good call out. I've been putting it off because it's a pain in the butt. Boston does make sense in here. Let's see what else we've got connected to it. Citrus portmanteau sticks around for a demo is a weird one. Oh, it's TNT. Sticks that are around for a demolition. Strangelove could definitely be it, but then this can't be it. Is Strangelove Kubrick? Like, it totally fits. That's a great call. It must be Strangelove. It fits really well. Huh, I didn't know that was Kubrick. A great title, though. Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Incredibly committed. We'll come back to this. It's like loss. Lost something? I don't know. We'll keep going. I don't know that one. Step in rehab. I'm unsure. We have a lot of nice vertical letters from Strangelove, so let's keep going with that. Dorophobe Sphere, I don't know. Buttons for DJ, I'm not sure. Did very well on the final, say. It could be like grade A, but that doesn't feel great. Let's put that in the maybe letters. I don't think that's right, but it gives us something to work with. Star of a 3-time world champion team. That one I'm not sure. Oh, I'm good also. It doesn't really take that long. I just have a bunch of them, so it's been taking a while. I have a very short video processing thing to shrink down the size of the file so they're not quite so huge, and cut out some of the dead air at the end and the beginning before I upload them to YouTube. Classic 60s muscle car. That could be a bunch of words too. Rejoices. Man. Sultanate that once controlled Zanzibar. Stand for a portrait. That's like an easel. I'm actually pretty confident it's an easel, so let's take the question mark text out. Snippet. I don't know. Could be GTO for the muscle car. Good call. That is a good possibility. Slip on or slide? Not sure. Hullabaloo is probably a do. A snippet could be a clip. Yeah, I like that. 45. What do we have going on here? Collectible frames. I don't know. If you don't mind the dead air, Twitch is a one-click transfer option. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just used to doing it this way. Honestly, it probably doesn't make much of a difference because I don't do a whole lot of work on them. But that's how I generally do it. I clean them up a little bit. Only a little. What else we got here? 40... Sandal? Slide sandal? I don't know about that one. Maybe. We'll come back to it. Rest period... Get right down to business. Let's get some of these vertical ones that connect with the things we know. That's so sad. That's easy. What's this? A whole lot of red, I think. I don't know my Cardi, Playboy Cardi albums very well, but whole lot of red sounds right. Activist scholar known for her work in the prison abolition movement. I may know this, but I need more letters. Text tweak is probably edits. What does that give us here? Let's dive in. Sports great Ernie, known as the Big Easy. I don't know that many sports people. Funny. Come back. Half a score, I think, is 10, because a score is 20. Work on a picture, perhaps. I'm not sure what that one is. We got a lot of weird words in this one. Some double-headed drums. Bongos? Oop. Bongos? Campers, craft. It was canoe in the one we did today. Is it canoe again? This is an encore. I think it is canoe again. That's funny. Because this is from last Thursday, so it would have been like 6 days ago. So they probably would have felt okay reusing the clue. Turpitude. That's like distress. Moral turpitude. I don't remember exactly what turpitude means. If it means like they're very calm or they're not very calm. I think it's like one of those two. Setting for Quincy ME. I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of it before. We'll get some more letters. We'll come back. Operating system developed at Bell Labs. Is it Unix? Does that make sense? Hot? I don't know. Let's keep going. Toe holds. Could be ins? I don't know about that one. Get positioned. Lush hair's qualities like sheen. It's very full, but it'd be fullness because it's the quality. Caribbean music genre. Not sure. And abundance. I'm not sure about that one either. All right, we got a lot of mess going on here. Let's check out our verticals and see what we can do with these. Saunter. Could be like strut. Like black opals vis-a-vis diamonds. Probably rarer, which means strut's probably wrong. You're not hung up on Boston? Sounds like you might be hung up on Boston there, Allie. What do we got here? Move to pass, perhaps. That's too long. I don't see it right away. Touched down sounds like landed. Symbolize. Folklore or Evermore for Taylor Swift. Is that era? I know Taylor Swift does eras. What else we got here? Natural fluid containers. Probably sacks. What a drone might be mistaken for. UFO, maybe? I have a feeling this is Afro. Carry the ball in volleyball. That's an error? That's a... I know, Guruko. I like Unix. I just don't know what to do with the other part of it yet. Actress Kravitz. I'm so bad at the actors and actresses ones. I don't know what that is. This is maybe hardcore. Incredibly committed is hardcore. Zoe? Suez. Gulf of Suez. Air Zoe. I like those. Those make sense to me. Step in rehab is detox. So these are all taken out because it's definitely not that. Detox goes in nicely though. Activist, scholar, known for her work in the prison abolition movement. I still don't know who that is. Heavenly outcast, or a hint to something found 3 times in this puzzle. Fallen angel. What does that mean, though? Something. There's a gimmick here. 3 times in this puzzle, there's something related to fallen angel. Ah, it is Los Angeles. Okay. There's a the missing angel here because it's supposed to be Los Angeles. It goes down instead. Los Angeles. Incredible. Okay, so there's gonna be more angels, which means there's almost one, certainly one here. This is Angela, probably. This is Tangelo. That's definitely a Tangelo. And there's gonna be another fallen angel somewhere else. Maybe up in this long clue. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be yet. But there's probably one in there. Okay, we've solved the gimmick. That's probably going to make our lives a little easier. Up to... What is that? Barely speaks. I don't know. Hawks is like cells. Stanley of Conclave. Tucci? Group surrounding a star. It's like an entourage or like a orbit. I don't know. Items in a drafts folder. Unsure. Make right. Exalt doesn't have an E on the end. Allie. It's just 5 letters. Posse is a good one. It could be posse. Yeah, let's check that out. Does posse make sense here? Don't know. Does posse make sense here? Don't know. Does posse make sense here? Could still be sandal. Cells could be wrong. That would work. Rest period is a siesta. I don't know the Ernie. Yeah, let's put posse in here. I like it. All right. Make right. I'm not sure. Hurricane or mudslide? Like disasters. They're like, I don't know. Be important. Things to bear, but B-A-R-E. Hot just might, it might not be bongos. I don't know. Disney heroine who builds her own palace. That's Elsa, so it's definitely, it's definitely not bongos. So this is Elsa. Tchaikovsky's letter scene. It's probably an aria. Trivia night locale is probably a bar or a pub. What is this? Is this could be Unix still, so that makes it pub. Shout in a card game is Uno. Purge is probably rid. Do some lawn work is probably mow. All right, let's... Thing to bear could be head. Let's go back and do the horizontals now. We got a lot more letters. We can probably do some more with it. We have game point. That one I'm still not sure what it's trying to do. The question mark certainly means it's a joke. Das Lied von der Erde composer. I still don't have enough letters to know who that is. Celebrity super couple. I don't know. Slowly in scores. Still don't know. 100 nanojoules. I also still don't know. Okay, that top left corner is going to be tough. Dorophobe's fear. I don't know. There's some weird words in here. Bookings for a DJ. It feels like it should be events. So maybe this is Vends, and then sandal fits again. And that's events. Fob? I mean, fob fits, but I don't think it'd be a weird feeler. Brangelina, you're right. That's why it doesn't fit. I was wondering where the angel went. It goes in there. Whoops. Goes in there. Brangelina. Now you're thinking also. That's a good one. All right. Let's... this is probably Lente? I don't think they normally say that in score, but maybe they do. Been a little while since I've read music. Let's keep moving, though. This has got an A. This is Pele. This is Exalts. So you were right about Exalts. It's just Exalts, and it's across, not down. Sultanate that once controlled Zanzibar. Probably the Oman? Because this is looking like email to me. Items in a draft folder is email. This is something about moving a lane. Change lanes? Yeah, change lanes. Ernie L's seems reasonable to me. Let's change lanes. Okay, back to where we were trying to be. I keep going one click too far. Ugh. Collectible frames. I don't know. Largo makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that's a much more normal one, Eisen. We solved the gimmick, Jay Collins. There's no more of them in the puzzle. We've solved all 3 times that Fallen Angel is needed. I still don't know what collectible frames is. It almost certainly ends in an S. This could be like rasps. This is probably fur. That's until cells, I guess. Oh, frames. Frames of animation. Collectible cells. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Funny. Still don't know. All right, let's keep going. Work on a picture, perhaps. Act. Could be act. Some double-headed drums. Don't know yet. Turpitude. Turpitude is like being, it's like moral or immoral. I don't remember which one. Probably this is a morgue. What is this? Toe holds. I think it might still be ins. Get positioned is orient. That's body. Is hot foxy? I bet it is. I bet hot is foxy. Or sexy? Sexy makes more sense. Okay, let's keep going. The bottom one here is wealth. I just don't know what the clue is. Abundance. Yeah, wealth. Okay. We're getting stuff here. We're getting stuff here. Saunter. With a B in the middle. Ska could be the music genre one. Touched down. Could be elit. Symbolize. What do we have here? The game point. My brain just says arcane for this, and I don't know why. I still don't know who this composer is. That one's going to give me a hard time. It must be Lente. No, it doesn't must be Lente. I shouldn't jump ahead. That's an erg. 1 unit of usable energy. Is that what that stands for? I know it's a thing. I just don't remember what it means. This could be like amble. Amble makes sense here. It does still seem like Lente. If it's Mahler, like Ali says, then what is this? Symbolize. Like, I think this is an E, and I think the top one is an N, but I don't know why. Ninite? That doesn't seem right. Arcade. Denote. It's lento. Okay. Yeah, we got there. We got there. Turn this off. Arcade. Good call. I was definitely just doing something wrong there because my brain wanted it to be arcane. Okay. Lento, I don't think is usually used in scores, but like, sure. What else have we got? We've almost got this one solved. Hurricane or mudslide. Are these teams? Is this a sports thing? No, hold on. Caribbean music genre. We could say that that's ska. Snares, yeah, I was thinking that could be it too. Make right does make sense as a tone. Is turpitude pure evil? It might be pure evil. Then that could be snares. This doesn't look like it's teams anymore. This is a person's name, so it could be anything. Funny is probably odd. This is probably an I, and it might be ins. It's drinks. They're both drinks. Hey, that was pretty good. We beat the Thursday in like 2 minutes more than it took us to beat the Wednesday. That's pretty good. Yeah, I thought so too, Ali. I didn't think turpitude, moral turpitude. I thought it meant you weren't a good person, but I didn't think that turpitude itself meant that you were bad. So now I've learned a thing on there too. You learn something on all these puzzles. Whether you retain it is a whole other problem, but you learn something on all these puzzles. All right. We're doing pretty good here. So I'm going to probably let's do a hard one. Just to see how ridiculous they are. We're going to do the Saturday. I find the Saturdays are often the hardest. Sundays are often bigger, but they're not always harder. So let's get into the Saturday. It will probably be a real nasty puzzle, and we'll see how it goes. Unix was AT&T, but made in Bell Labs. There you go. All right, let's get ready for this to be hard. With the Saturday ones, I often wind up doing more what we did today and try and like make a foothold and figure out how to go from there. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how I'm feeling as we jump into it because it's crossword time, baby. Behave like an ass. Bray, maybe? 18th century British PM William Pitt. Probably a lord. Come back. I don't know. Recipient of a key to the city, say. Counter order. I don't know. We're going to go back to the acrosses for now. Shocked. Shocked. I feel like there's a bit happening here. Like Thunderdell, the monster slain by Jack the Giant Killer? I have no idea what that's a reference to, so that's interesting. Desiree's, I don't know how to pronounce that one. You something B. Yeah, all right. Mottled? That means that it's like a mixed colors. But I don't know what the word's going to be. School whose symbol is the Native American war leader Osceola. No idea, but it's probably a university. Title role for Paul Newman, 1963. We'll keep going. The maker of 41 Across, but 41 Across just says the 23 Across debut of 1999, so that doesn't help. We'll get some more letters and then we'll figure that out. Top option could be like a T. Sporting blades. Either means that it has blades on it, or they're blades used for sport. Flutters. Flaps, maybe? No, so this is probably ending in an S. If the clue ends in S, it's usually going to be an S in the answer too. Not always, but usually it's plural. Skate doesn't fit. Jewelry that may double as a fastener. It's like a cufflink. Cufflinks? Could be, but TF seems really bad. What is this? What is this? Something cut or defused. The red wire? I don't know about cufflinks or T. Let's keep going. Aliens Ate My Homework. Children's comedy sci-fi book by Bruce Colville. Never heard of it, but it's definitely ate my homework. 007 feature of 1979. Oh no. I know a lot of the 007 movies, but I don't know what years they came out in. Is it Goldfinger? No, it doesn't quite fit. We'll have to come back to this with more letters. Writer of the 1969 hit The Boxer. I think I've heard of that. Bracelets could be it, yeah. Something cut or defused. Could be tension. I'll put that in maybe text. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to stay on the horizontals for now, though. Let's see what else we can get going across. Hip places would be joints. I'm going to leave the question mark on here because it has a question mark beside it, which means it's probably a joke. It's probably something to do with the hip, not it being cool. Bosom buddy. I don't know, that could be pal or a bunch of other words. They croak as soon as they grow up. Tadpoles? No, that doesn't fit. So I think it's something about bullfrog, maybe? I like bullfrogs. Let's put bullfrogs in there. Go bad might be turn. Easy gait. Could just be like walk, trot. Could be a couple different things. Some rise by sin and some by virtue fall. The tension answer is looking pretty good. Waltz has a T in it. Could be leg joints. I don't think it's leg, though. We'll see. The deep frying vessel. It's like a vat? Distort. I don't know. Many an SVU extra. That's Special Victims Unit. That's a crime show. I don't know what the extras in SVU are all about. A pan makes sense, but I think you usually do your deep frying in a bigger thing than a pan. I think that's kid? No, I don't think it's kid. Farm females is like ewes or something like that. We're going to keep rolling. Displays with variety. What is this? I'm not sure. Yeah, 27 across definitely isn't bracelets if tensions is right. Following closely behind. On the heels of stocks. I don't know. Where travelers may take the plunge on vacation. That sounds like a scuba diving thing. A Grand Canyon bungee cord? I don't know. Keep. Could be a tower. I like tower for that. Let's put it in C. An inner tube is almost certainly like esophagus. I don't think that is it, but it's funny that it looks like it fits. Takes a hit, I'm not sure. Baby bottle component. Come back to that too. You beauty competitor, I don't know. Okay, we've seen all the acrosses. Let's check the downs because there's a lot of words still going on here. Skulk? For this one? Maybe. I don't think so, though. We'll keep going. All right. Counter order. Don't know. Subject of outdoor paintings by Renoir, Monet, and Homer. Ooh, I don't know. I've looked at my fair share of Monets, but I don't know what they're looking for here. Follower. Okay, vulgarians. I don't know if I've ever heard the word vulgarians. Some deflections for argument's sake. Something's wrong down there. It's like this is like what ifs or something. Okay, joints might be wrong because JF doesn't actually make any sense. What do we have here? Bombshell, the someone Lamar story. I don't know who that is. The hotness? It might not be Lord. Yeah, I was thinking about stock earlier. It could be that. Really, really believing. Well, this is almost certainly ing, so we can put that in confidently. What do we have here? Classic meat sauce, ragu. Freudian origins of defense mechanisms. Are we saying these are like ego? That could be like aghast, but it doesn't quite fit. This is like you gotta or gonna be. So it's probably ego. Strands from the litter. It's got a question mark, so it's probably a joke. We'll come back on that one. Rise on the market. Line go up, I don't know. Auditions. Probably an S at the end. Latvian old style. I have no idea. Noted series with over 200 Emmys and an Oscar. That's a lot of Emmys. And the Oscar is probably a person. It's Sesame Street. It's Sesame Street. I love a good joke answer like that. Letters for those awaiting specifics. Don't know. Something cut or defeated could still be the tension. Ready for business. It's probably open. Just go along. I don't know what's going on with that one yet. Ring stats. I don't really know what the abbreviations for wrestling or fighting stats are. Promenade. Bullfrog, this is probably right at this point, but it's not guaranteed. Tanning target. Skin? I don't know what's going on there. Social media, community, and avid readers. I don't know what's going on there either. Shimmering substance in the skincare aisle. Lots of interesting clues here. I'm not sure what these mean. 32 is pelt? Let's go back for a second. Yeah, it could be pelt. I like that. Because you have to tan the leathers, the hides. I like that. Animal identity and roleplay. But it's two separate words. I don't know. Title for a holy person. I actually don't know. I don't know what the titles are. 29's ring could be an actual ring. Yeah, it could be. Lickety split is like immediately. Pronto. Is it pronto? I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't seem to fit any of the other words we have in there. But I don't know if tower or bullfrogs is correct still. Become suddenly awake and focused. Lock in. It could be fursona. I don't know how likely that is, but I like the thinking. It might be. Let's try it. I like what where your head's at there. Distort could be like twist. This is probably a trot then. This is probably stock. No, it can't be stock if it's twist. Interesting. Okay, let's take stock back out. Okay, I gotta go to the end and hit... Gotta go to the end and hit backspace to get out of those easier. Deep frying vessel could be a wok? But then wok is really awful. I don't like it. All right, let's keep rolling on the downs. We're almost done. Address strings could be URLs. Farm females could be a bunch of things. Probably use, but we need more letters. Flour used to make paratha. I don't know what paratha is. Could be like... I don't know. Displays with variety. Cows. Yeah, it could be a lot of things there, Ellie. It's hard to go with. Well, if stock is right, then it can't be pronto. That's the problem. Book club? I don't think it can be book... Oh, 33A could be book club. Maybe. It's not long enough, though. But it needs... book club needs 8 letters, and it's only 7. Raw material could be a lot of things. Altogether, feels like it could be a lot of things. Law of La Mancha, I don't know either. Okay, we've gotten through all the clues. Let's try and work on the areas where we have some letters. Come back. I feel like if it had no space, reply would be really easy. But since it does have a space, I feel like that's less likely. Come back can't be returned. It doesn't fit. I know, or was what I was thinking for raw material as well, but it feels like there's too many options for that one. This is like you gotta or you gonna. So if this is a T or an N... Here, you know what? Here's what we'll do. Oh, I should put it in... I should put it in question mark script, because we don't think it's definitely not... Oh, it's definitely not that. It's definitely not both of them. There we go. Hey, thank you for the subscription. How do you say your name? Izunundara? Izunundara? I don't know where the space goes. This is crazy. I used to watch my FTL videos on YouTube over a decade away. Right? It was a long time ago since I was really active on YouTube. Trying to get back into streaming again first, and then we'll see where we go from there. Do the T or N's help us with anything here? It can be reply. There's not a reason it can't be. I just don't know if it is. Rise on the market. Oh, hey, there goes the sound effect. That waited a really long time. I was wondering where it was. The text prompt didn't show up because I just set up this scene and forgot to put the thing in it. Aghast is what I was thinking too, but it has an H in it normally. I'm used to seeing AGHAST, but I don't think it is. So I'll put it in because I'm thinking it's right. I don't normally spell it that way. Rise on the market. Agog is too short, exactly. Rise on... Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't like these in here. I feel it is not helping me read them. This is... maybe L? Could be anything. Any university abbreviation is going to be a nightmare to try and solve. That could be anything still, too. All right, let's keep rolling. We got lots of words here we can work with. Sporting blades. If it really starts with O, that's a weird... a weird word. Flutters. Jewelry that may double as a fastener. We know Sesame Street is right. That's one of the nice things here is if you can get some of those big words that you're confident on, it can really help anchor some of your other words. Is it a pin? Is it a something pin? I don't know what the first word is, but pin does seem like it would double as a fastener. Let's leave that in for now and see if we can do anything with it. Actually, I'm gonna, since we aren't confident, let's just swap it to question mark text. But I think pin might be relevant there. Clothespin obviously isn't it, but like, you know, something in that space. 007 feature of 1979. Does this give us the letters we need? Most of the James Bond names are really long. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Because, like, it's not Thunderball. It's not, you know, GoldenEye. The letters are just too wrong. Yeah, it might be Aghast. I'm going to go put it back in there when we get back around to it again, but it sure feels wrong. Oh, you're right. It is Moonraker. That one does fit. It is a 007 movie. It's one of the older ones. That makes sense to me. This is someone Simon, I think. This is TKOs. I'm going to lock in tension. This is looking pretty convincingly correct. This could be any name, though, like Paul. Promenade could be a mall. Let's put Paul in here just for fun. I should really put this in uncertain text, though, because I have no idea if Paul is correct. It could be any name. Hip places. I still don't know. The UO here is really awkward. It is really awkward. Can we do anything with this? No. Can we do anything with this? Just go along? This could be like... Well, it can't be follow. Hold... Is this a breast pin? Roll with it? This could be roll with it. But then it would be... It's not frogs. Pollywogs? It's pollywogs. It's pollywogs. It is... Roll with it. That explains why this one was so awful. This one is almost certainly pronto. What else have we got here? I still don't know what that long one is. Social media community for avid readers. Bell. This feels like it should be book something. And this could be walk then. So this is book. Distort can be still twist. Following closely behind. Don't know yet. Keep. Could be store. Takes a hit. Could be tokes. Yeah, hip places could be belt lines. Farm females, I'm thinking is still use. This is EMT because they're emergency medical technicians. This is in tow, which means it's book talk and or. I have no idea what book talk is. I guess it's TikToks for books. But in tow definitely makes sense, so that lines up for me. What do we have over here? Where travelers may take the plunge on vacation. Still not sure on that one. Inner tube could be anything. Baby bottle component is probably the teat. Book talk is women talking about their romanticy. I don't know how to say that word on TikTok. Yeah, it's an aspect of TikTok. That sounds reasonable to me. Is this okra? I don't know if that's a kind of flower. Displays with variety. Variety. This almost feels like it's errors, but it doesn't make any sense. Makes sense, Ulcer. Yeah, I think it might be pollywogs. And this is probably a wit because it would be the party that he's supposed to be on. And that could make this whataboutism, which is a style of logical fallacy, I think. Wig. Wig is what it is. You're right. I got it wrong. I had the right idea, but I had the wrong letter. What do we have this? The hotness could be... I don't know. Romanticities. Romantic fantasies? That makes sense to me. All right, let's keep rolling around here. What do we got? Hotel pool. What is this? The inner tube is probably intestine. That fits with our esophagus element earlier. Is it Etta? Etta flower? I think it's Etta. But I'm not sure. It could be God-fearing for really, really believing. We'll come back to that. What do we have here, though? Become suddenly awake and focused. Snap 2. That's definitely Snap 2. What do we have here? You beauty competitors, probably Olay? La of La Mancha be las leyes. I can imagine that. That's a translation thing. Shimmering substance in the skincare aisle. Some kind of oil does make sense. Something's still going in there. I'm not sure what this is either. What else have we got going on here? I think breast pin is correct. Breast pin is correct. I kind of guessed that earlier. What else have we got going on here? Yeah, sporting blades. I still don't know what's going on with that one. Let's see if we can finish the bottom right-hand corner here. Sour is definitely going bad. Good call on that one. I have no idea what this title for a holy person is, though. This could be... Displays with variety is a weird one. Oars could be the blades. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. Tundra? And then this would be like a car brand, maybe? Does that make sense? I think title for a holy person, I just think like father, but I know I'm limiting myself a lot in the the range of holy person. Bosom buddy. And soda oil? Eraz doesn't seem right. I'm not sure about Tundra. Let's go ahead and just put this in as a maybe, but I feel like that could be the answer there. We'll give our brains a second to recool on that one and jump over to the top again. Body oil, BFF. Yeah, that makes sense. Because if it's body oil... That could be Atta flour. This could be BFF or BFS. Probably BFF because it's just one. Fra? I don't know about that one either. Let's put a little maybe on this. Whenever he starts cluing other hints, very satisfying. Oh yeah, Eisen, that's the best part. The start is the hard bit, because you have to try and find a couple of clues you're confident in, you can use as a baseline to connect other things. But once it all starts working, you can do a lot of good stuff. This is probably hair. Strands from the litter. If that's hair, what is this? Title role for Paul Newman. I don't know. Cat hair? Strands from the litter? It's definitely cat hair. I like that. Okay. Because the litter is cats, the strands are the hair, and it's probably in the garbage. Which makes this is gotta. Rise on the market is an upturn. This is recur. Agape. Much better. I like that a lot better. This is probably reads. Is HUD a movie? I don't know. I'm going to put a maybe on HUD. But the rest of these all make sense for me. Okay, now top left corner is all we have left to figure out. What are we going to do over here? We've got behave like an ass. Vulgarians, such a weird one. If it's an R for jerk... Ah, man, this top corner is hard. Counter order, I don't know if I'm necessarily seeing what these are. This could... So counter order could be like ale. It's something that you order at the counter, not something that is a countermand. But if it is, I don't know what behave like an ass means. This is probably local hero. God-fearing is looking consistently correct. I'm gonna put in God-fearing. I think this, let's draft this as ale. I don't know what that would be, though. I like local hero at the very least. Let's take this out because I'm not super confident about it yet. That could be anything. Follower. Chaser? I don't know. Vulgarians, I have no idea what to do with. Heady? Sure, I'll put it in. I don't know. Hotness feels like it's ire. Is this hot-headed? Two-headed? This is a description of their head. I'm pretty confident about that. I just don't know what kind of head they have. Latvian old style. I don't know what that means either. Is this spotty? Hedy Lamarr was an actress. That makes sense. I'm so bad at actors and actresses. I cannot remember them most of the time. I have no idea what Vulgarians is referring to. I'm assuming it's like a group of people in like the Rome period, but I have no idea which one it is. This is almost certainly a car brand. The makers of the Tundra. Toyota? It feels like a Toyota. But like, what is let? Letters for those awaiting. Specifics is TBA. Yahoos. Yes, Yahoos. I agree. That's a good call. I think it... Is it really Bray? Because that's what the... that's what I was joking about it being at the start. I don't think it is. But if it is, that's very funny. Let me just put these in maybe text because I'm not confident in the letters here in Toyota. It could be that, but I'm not super confident. And when we're at the last second, it's easy to get confused with things that look close. I'm thinking this is like bats eyelashes, but I actually don't know how to spell it. So I'm just going to put it in as BATS, and we'll see. No, I don't like this. Soat here, I don't like. Pite, I don't like. I'm taking Toyota back out. I like bats. I don't like Toyota. TBA I also like, but I don't know about this. All right, follower. What are we doing with this? Oh, we're so close to the end. Let's take Spotty out. I like Acolyte. And then Toyota does still work. I still don't know what's happening with let here, so there might be something wrong in here. Like splotchy. But I don't know exactly what's going on here. Is this toy boat? Some kind of boat? Blotchy? I don't know. I'm putting two-headed back in. What is this? Towboat? Rowboat? Rowboat? Blotty. Don't love it, but maybe. It's Bray. It's a BLT. Ah! It was Bray. The very first thing I said was in fact correct. I just doubted myself and took it out. Man. These ones are hard. They're way better with a couple people to help you out with some of the bits you're getting stuck, though. Man. It's really satisfying when you can find something in one of these long ones that you can be confident in. And like, even though Bullfrogs was wrong, it had a bunch of the right letters that let us still get some more stuff going until we round up correcting it. So that really helps in these long ones. But yeah, very funny to me that the last word we got was Bray, which is the very first thing I said. I just didn't trust it. It felt weird to put in that slot. Sometimes you're right and you don't even know it. Either way, I think this is probably where we're going to end it for today. I hope you've enjoyed our Wednesday word games. I'm probably going to keep doing them like this because I like that idea. I think it's a lot of fun to mess around and do some word game stuff in a stream. A little bit low key, but something I like doing. That said, it is worth noting that in April, it's probably going to turn into Tuesday instead of Wednesday because I have a thing that I do on Tuesdays that's swapping days in April. So I'll have to think of a better name because I really like Wordy Wednesday, but Tuesday, text-based Tuesday doesn't have the same ring to it, so I'll have to think up a new title for it. But either way, thanks for dropping by. Even if word games aren't really your thing, I appreciate you coming out. And for those of you who are contributing, it's always fun to do some puzzles with some peeps. So have yourselves a great evening, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.